We have some banned characters in Mortal Kombat 1 and some game-breaking bugs that haven't been resolved yet. Also, and the first day of the first Mortal Kombat 1 tournament for the Mortal Kombat 1 Pro competition just happened, and we're going to be talking about a recap of everything that we've learned so far. Make sure you leave a like on this video if you enjoy these Mortal Kombat 1 videos, and subscribe so you don't miss any content from me. I also want to remind you guys that I am partnered with G Fuel. They sent me a starter kit with a bunch of flavors and they taste absolutely delicious. They've been around for a long time. I've been a fan of their products for a long time as well. And because I'm partnered with G Fuel, you guys have the opportunity to get 20% off of anything in the G Fuel store when you use code BruskPoet at checkout. Make sure to click my affiliate link in the description below to make your selection. So if you guys weren't aware, the first day of the first Mortal Kombat 1 tournament in the Mortal Kombat 1 Pro competition just happened. And probably by the time this video is uploaded, day 2 is happening. The last day of the tournament is on Sunday, and we're gonna see who makes it on top, who is going to make it for the grand finals. But the reason why this is so important and why this is so huge is that this is going to be the first time that Mortal Kombat players are going to show what Mortal Kombat 1 truly has to offer. What defines Mortal Kombat 1? What's the meta going to be shaping up? And this is going to give NetherRealm a big look on maybe who to buff and who to nerf and what needs to be changed. And as you can see right here, Shujinko Dink was using Shujinko, and he may have been the only Shujinko cameo user in this entire tournament. He unfortunately didn't win anything. He got 3-0'd, but props to him for using Shujinko, which honestly, can you blame him though? It's not that Shujinko sucks, but a Shujinko matchup against Johnny Cage, Shujinko steals the worst moves from Johnny Cage. He doesn't really benefit off of a Johnny Cage matchup. But hey, maybe this will be NetherRealm's opportunity to say, hey, you know what? Maybe you can change up Shujinko a bit, give him some buffs, you know, change him up, and maybe he'll be used more. Maybe he'll be more useful, because nobody really uses Shujinko. But probably the biggest takeaway from this tournament is that there was a lot of Raiden Cyrax users, and there was a lot of just Cyrax users in general as a cameo. They may have not been playing Raiden, but they were definitely using Cyrax a lot. And honestly, it's understandable because Cyrax is probably the strongest cameo in the game, and Raiden is probably the strongest character in the game. And one of the things that I did take away from this is that Raiden Cyrax is just not very interesting to watch. And having to see Raiden Cyrax constantly over and over and over again is kind of reminding me of the Deadshot and Aquaman days of Injustice 2, where all you saw was Aquaman and Deadshot, and NetherRealm took a long time to give those characters changes and nerfs before it was too late already, and a lot of pro players kind of just weren't feeling the game anymore. So hopefully NetherRealm does take a close look at Raiden and Cyrax as a cameo as individual characters as well, because something needs to be done about this. Because if you're just constantly seeing the same characters all over again and over again and over again when you're watching a Mortal Kombat 1 Pro tournament, and if this is going to be going on for every single tournament that's going to be going in the pro competition, it's not going to be the most entertaining league to watch. It's not going to be the most entertaining tour to watch throughout the lifespan of the esports side of Mortal Kombat 1. Don't really have any suggestions on my part on how to fix these characters or what to do, but I do think that NetherRealm should take a look at this, because it is getting a little ridiculous with the Raiden and Cyrax matchups and how often he's being appeared in these pro competition matches. It's just not fun to watch at the end of the day. But one of the things about this tournament that I don't know if you guys knew is that Sindel's unblockable exploit is banned and will result in a forfeit of the round, and Sindel players must inform bracket judges that they will be using her in a tournament. And also, Shujinko is banned versus any General Shao player. Now you guys might be saying, why are these characters banned? What's wrong with these characters? So people were like Wonder Chef, and a lot of people were pointing out the fact that, hey, Shujinko has a game-breaking bug against General Shao players specifically. And look at what happens. What is this game-breaking bug? So all you have to do as Shao Kahn is throw your axe on the ground. And if Shujinko, if you're playing against Shujinko, who also does that move, which is a move that he can mimic, he is straight up deleted from the game. He can't do any of his strings with his axe. He has no access to his special moves, and the only thing that he can do is use his fatal blow. He's essentially deleted from the game. And as of recording this video, this is still in the game, and this was posted, this was discovered a few weeks before the tournament started. So this is still technically in the tournament, but you cannot use it. It's banned in the tournament. You can't do it. But the current build that they're playing allows this to happen. And you guys might also be wondering, why is Sindel and Sub-Zero banned from being used at the tournament? Or at least a specific thing that you do with those two characters. Well, as you can see right here, it's an infinite. This is something that you cannot block. This will go on forever and ever and ever until your life bar goes down. And even though on the health bar it indicates or it acts like the combo is dropped, it actually isn't dropped. It resets, but it still connects at the same time. It's a straight up bug. And this too is also still in the current build of the game. Now you guys might be saying, okay, maybe this is a combo that you don't really see online. This is something that you really have to work very, very hard to pull off. Well, I'm gonna show you footage of somebody using this infinite exploit on me just recently. I mean, imagine you have to use an exploit in order to win. Imagine you basically have to use a game-breaking bug in order for you to win. You're basically a coward if you do this, and the fact that this is still in the game is kind of really annoying to me, because this isn't the only time this has happened to me. This is only one example of this happening to me in an online match in Kombat League. This has happened to me around like 4 times with 4 different people. Now, I do want to be clear, kudos to NetherRealm Esports and the moderators over there for straight up just banning these exploits and saying, hey, if you use these, you're just straight up going to be forfeited from the bracket and you're just not going to be, you know, you're not going to be in the tournament anymore. A lot of Sindel players were mad that they have to inform the bracket judge that, hey, I'm going to be using this character, because you don't do that in tournaments. That's not something that you do. You don't go up to the moderator and say like, hey, I'm going to be using this character, just FYI. Mainly because, you know, game-breaking bugs don't typically exist in a tournament build of a game. But also, I do think that this may have been worded a little bit weird, because I'm not sure why you would have to inform the bracket judges if you're using Sindel with another cameo. Let's say if I'm using Sindel and Serena, why would I have to inform the judge about that? Because Sindel and Serena don't have a game-breaking bug. I think maybe in this tweet they may have meant that you need to inform the tournament bracket, hey, I'm going to be using Sindel and Sub-Zero, and only with Sindel and Sub-Zero, not with any other cameo. So honestly, I don't really see the big deal in it. The biggest thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way is that this Shujinko exploit was posted and discovered in October 7th, and East Coast Throwdown, which is the tournament that we're talking about here, is on the 21st. So it's been 2 weeks of this being known, and nothing was really done about it for that long. Now, I can maybe understand that this exploit was nothing was done about this exploit, the Sindel Infinite, because this was posted on October 15th. That's basically the same week as ECT, so I can understand why that one may be a little bit too much to ask for in terms of, you know, changes to be made. But the thing that I wish NetherRealm would do when these things are discovered is to straight up just ban these characters from ranked and casual matches. Maybe at least ranked, you know, Kombat League. If you look over on the Overwatch side, and I know they're 2 different games, but Hanzo had a game-breaking bug, and he was banned in competitive play. And as you can see right here, like, you can do like a fully charged arrow by doing a rapid fire. You know, you basically tap, you know, your left click, and you have a fully charged arrow, and you're just doing that super fast. Yeah, that's super broken. That's not how you play Hanzo. But the people over on the Overwatch team were quick to say, hey, we're gonna do a temporary ban on this character. This character is disabled in competitive play. You can still play him in any other mode, but in competitive play, you can't be doing this, because, you know, that's just gonna be ruining the competitive experience. And then boom, literally the same day, as you can see right here, the tweet that this was made notifying everybody of his ban, it was on the same day notifying everybody that he's back in the game, and it was fixed. And once again, this is something that I do wish NetherRealm would do with their own games. When there's infinites like this happening in Mortal Kombat 1, we should probably have a temporary ban at least on Kombat League with those characters that have game-breaking bugs that can be exploited. And it's not like NetherRealm doesn't know this is in the game. Obviously, they put out a notification acknowledging the fact that these are in the game and just saying, hey, you can't be doing this, which is good. You know, that's the best thing you can do if they're not already fixed. But for the casual experience, for people like me who are at home, who are playing the game. I don't want to be loading up Kombat League and having a Sindel player act like they're good because they used a game-breaking bug on me. That's just so unfun. Like, imagine losing my rank. I just got to Elder God rank, and imagine I lose my rank to a Sindel player who does that stuff. And I know I'm focusing a lot of my time on Sindel, but this also goes for Shujinko as well against General Shao. If I'm a General Shao player and I just got to Elder God rank, could you imagine what I would be doing or how I would react if my next matchup was against a Shujinko cameo user and they used this game-breaking exploit against me? Like, that is so unfun. This shouldn't be in the game. Obviously, infinites and these kind of bugs happen a lot when a game first releases, when a fighting game first releases. So this isn't really anything new. It's not something that I'm really outraged by, but there is a lot of criticism surrounding Mortal Kombat 1, kind of calling it an unfinished game, and that's really plaguing a lot of the discourse online. And seeing these game-breaking bugs in the game when a tournament is actively happening and the current tournament build that they're using has those exploits just kind of looks bad. Again, good on NetherRealm Esports and the moderators over there for doing everything they possibly can to make sure that is not in the tournament. But the simple fact is that shouldn't be in the tournament to begin with. It should have been fixed to begin with and shouldn't be an issue going into the tournament. But yeah, guys, other than that, East Coast Throwdown is going to show us a lot of what this game has to offer. The true identity of this game is still up in the air, but there is a clear picture being painted with the first day of East Coast Throwdown, of ECT. And I'm definitely going to be here on the channel once ECT is over to talk about, hey, what did we learn and what should be changed, and where does Mortal Kombat 1 stand competitive-wise, meta-wise? Let me know what you guys think about these whole banning of characters and these game-breaking bugs that are still in the game, and what are your thoughts so far on ECT? Do you guys agree with me in saying that there should be a temporary ban on these characters in at least competitive mode in Kombat League until they get fixed? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for all things Mortal Kombat. I'll see you guys in the next video.